people who seat you in the back of the restaurant by the fucking kitchen, all that shit that you guys never, ever, ever, most of you, not everybody, ever, ever think about. You want to experience racism? Marry a black person. Welcome to the fucking party. Okay? Everybody in your family that comes to your wedding and gives you a lovely gift and pats you on the back and tells you how good looking your mate is, they get in the car and they talk shit. And we know it. And we know it. And we're tired of it, and that's it. There's no more backpedaling, Starbucks, you fucked up. Too late. With that bullshit. You can't wear a Black Lives Matter fucking materials in Starbucks, but you can come in there with a Confederate emblem or a swastika if you want to. That's some bullshit. Now they want to backpedal because they see how important the black dollar is, especially in this town. We're not down for tearing up people's property. I hate that some of the mom and pop stores got torn up. They spend all their lives to do that. But rage and fury doesn't think sensibly. That's years and years of rage and fury. They didn't just, racism didn't start with our generation. Our parents experienced racism. Our grandparents experienced racism. When you're black, you're raised up and you're taught things, how to deal with white people. You're taught that. How to deal with the police and how to deal with white people. When you're black, you have to be bilingual. You have to have the language that you speak to the police in, the language that you speak to white people in, and the language that we talk to each other in. Because don't forget, we don't have a language. Right? So these conversations, thank goodness for the conversation truck, they have been needing to be had. We've been trying to have these conversations. We've been trying to protest peacefully. And that got us fucking nowhere. Oh, but we got your attention now, don't we? Got your fucking attention now. Do you realize that everybody who's ever tried to help the black community has been assassinated? I have lived through 9 assassinations in my life. From Medgar and Malcolm and Kennedy and King and Kennedy. They say, oh, Barack Obama didn't do this. Barack Obama didn't do that. He made it out alive. That's the biggest fucking thing. Nobody killed him. And they wanted to. Every day of his presidency, he had to deal with memes. Hang in there, Barack, with a fucking noose. You think that shit is funny? You better talk to your fucking kids, too, about these George Floyd challenges that are on fucking TikTok. Do you know what your racist ass kids are doing? It's embarrassing. Now let's talk about the police. Okay, it's really not a police problem. Racist police problem. Because God knows we need the police. You know, I wanted to call police on a bitch in Walgreens the other day, but I said I might get my ass killed. And therein lies the problem, is that we don't trust the police no more to have our back. We call them because we got complaints and they come and kill us. Training can't help that. Training can't give you compassion. You can't be trained for 6 weeks. Do you know that you get more training to become a fucking cosmetologist than you do to become a goddamn police officer? What is this shit? When that man, and I use that word loosely, held his knee on George Floyd's neck, it was fucking personal. It was beyond race, it was personal. He left his knee on his neck even after he had expired. When they pushed that man down in the street, that old 72-year-old man cracked his head open, and the guy who pushed him wouldn't even let nobody help him? What is that shit? These police got rage problems. It's like they're all roided up or whatever like that. And I know some good cops. I work with good cops. There's cops who do comedy. It's right the hell over there. But, you know, the couple of bad apples, as somebody likes to say, are really ruining it for everybody. We've got to start over some kind of way. We got to get people in the police department that really do want to help and mend the bridge between people and the police department. There are good cops out there that's about to get fucking popped because of a couple of bad apples, as you want to say. And we don't want that. Black people are peaceful. We sing when shit is going wrong. Why do you think black people singing hymns and spiritual while they're picking cotton and being fucking beaten? We don't snipe. We don't shoot up schools. We don't mass murder. We might bust a cap in somebody that pisses off. That's another story. That's another subject. But we've got to get the police department cleaned out. The police department needs a big, fat enema. They do. And we need to get people talking. It's time to get uncomfortable, people. When you look at your friends' pages, your white friends' pages, and they don't have now black person, now Latino, no gay people, then they're living in the bubble. And they don't even, there's people right up here, right down there, up there with a telescope, looking down here saying, what are they doing down there? We're trying to make a change. And I've had to change my thinking about the young people. I've had to change my thinking because there's a lot of scandalous young folk out here that are twerking and fucking, what's that page called? When you got your only, you know. No, boo! There's a lot of these kids out here that are just disconnected. It is up to you, the connected ones, to connect them. It's time to have the conversation. You know, it's time to make people uncomfortable. And it's you guys that are going to be doing the voting. It's you guys that are going to change the world. We've done it. We fought the fight. We ain't got no more fight in us. You know, it's you guys. I saw that video of that young white girl talking to her parents that went viral. It made me sick in my stomach. Just the way her daddy even talked to her, she don't stand a chance. Well, guess what? Some of y'all need to talk to your parents just like that. Especially if they got friends on the police force. We need more multicultural people on the force. We need more multicultural people in Hollywood. We need more women. We need more gay people. We need everything. It's just ridiculous. So I don't want to be up here because I could bitch all fucking day about this shit. You know, but I just want to say I don't expect this to change overnight. You know, it's going to be hard to change your grandparents' thinking and your parents' thinking, especially when they move to a community to make sure there were no black people there, to make sure there were no Latinos there. I see the Latinos walking down to the Cahuenga Pass after cleaning somebody's fucking house. They won't even give them a ride to the goddamn bus stop. Y'all better get off your motherfucking high horse, baby. It's a new fucking day. It's a new fucking day. We need everybody to get along. We need everybody to know that we all breathe the same air. We all want to swim in the same pool. We all want to go to the same store. We don't want better food in the suburbs and shitty food in the hood. We don't want that. It's got to change. So if you ever want to reach me on Instagram, my name is Luenell, at Luenell, Luennell. And you can see me in the upcoming movie, Coming to America. It'll be out in December. I got a movie on Netflix right now with Eddie Murphy called Dolomite Is My Name. And some of y'all watched the movie A Star Is Born. I had a little thing in that. And I just wanted to say that I appreciate the blessing of free speech. I appreciate the blessing of the youth being out here, being involved. You're not somewhere twerking. You can do that later tonight after you have the edibles and shit like that. And I just appreciate anybody who was watching, listening, and who I connected with and who got it, you know? So, right on, everybody. Black Lives Matter! I haven't had any